I hate to have to tell you this, but it's fake. Those are the most dreaded words someone who owns a coin can hear. There are more fakes on the market than ever before, and they're being pumped out in China left and right, so this is something collectors absolutely have to pay attention to. But there are ways you can protect yourself from buying fake coins and figure out if the coins you have are genuine or not. And I'm here to tell you the tips and tricks that I use every single day as a coin dealer to figure out if a coin is real or fake. If you see a lot of fake coins, you'll notice certain ones are actually faked more often than others. So to tell you all the coins that are normally faked would be a long list, but I can tell you some categories of stuff to really look out for that definitely are faked more often than others. First off, large silver coins and bullion pieces. By larger silver, I mean like Morgan dollar size. They're big enough that the silver content of the real thing far outweighs the value of a cheap fake. And counterfeiters know they can sell them way below that normal silver value and still make a lot of profit. Smaller coins can be faked. I found a fake silver quarter from a common date not too long ago. And something the size of this fake Walking Liberty half dollar that even came in a bag marked made in China is a big enough coin that the silver value of the real thing would be much more than the production cost of the fake. But generally larger pieces make more sense for the counterfeiters. And as for bullion, it's really sad, but there are fake silver and gold bars, rounds, and all sorts of stuff out there. Sometimes gold coins and silver coins can be faked in those precious metals, especially if they're higher value. So just because it's gold or silver doesn't mean it's real. But a lot of the more common stuff that's usually silver or gold, they're not really precious metals, or they're maybe plated in a precious metal to make them look like they're real. And with bullion, maybe it's not just plated, it could actually just have like a lead core in the center that really cuts down the value. But a lot of times, like this Engelhard bar right here, it's just completely fake. It's not even precious metals. Second, better types of coins, especially silver ones, are more likely to be counterfeited. For example, I have a fake trade dollar here and a fake pattern coin. If this trade dollar were real, it'd probably be a $300 coin, and if this pattern were real, it would be thousands. Realistically, everything from cat bust half dollars, 20-cent pieces, this chain cent, I mean, I've even had fake shield nickels, buffalo nickels, you name it. If it's stuff that's not normally seen in circulation, it will be faked. Now, those shield nickels and buffalo nickels will probably fall more into this next category, which is better date coins. Something like this 1909 SVDB that's fake. And lastly, believe it or not, we're seeing more and more fake error coins. Although this is a real wheat cent, it was struck 2 additional times by a counterfeit die to make it look like it was a triple struck error. If you've watched my other videos and this list kind of sounds familiar, it really kind of mirrors my talk on better coins. Because that's mostly what counterfeiters are trying to fake, are better coins. They know those are the kind of coins collectors are looking for and want to buy, so if they can offer a deal that just looks too good to be true on a rare coin, well, because it is, a collector might jump on it and pay a decent amount of money to get that coin at a great price, not knowing it's completely and utterly fake. But this doesn't mean that more common coins aren't faked. I've seen some really stupid stuff out there, including a circulated V-nickel that would be worth $1 if it was real, that somebody decided to fake. But those common date fakes are extremely unlikely to show up because a counterfeiter knows those common coins are not going to attract collectors, and there's just no money in them to begin with, so there's really not a profit for them. When it comes to world coins, the same general principles apply. For example, this set of Chinese silver dollars, which would actually be a really nice set if it was real, are fake not only because they're silver, but they're also a better coin. For example, this coin, which in the hobby is called a Fat Man dollar, it would be about a $100 coin. World bullion coins are also heavily copied, like these Chinese pandas. And these were even extremely well made, but they are completely fake and not made out of precious metals. Rarer date stuff will also be more likely to be counterfeited, like this 1925 Canada nickel, which is a key date, as well as nicer ancient coins, which would be very valuable if they were real. When it comes to ancients, you can even find fakes of more common stuff, but some of those fake ancients are going to be treated a little bit differently, as we're about to talk about. Because there actually is a big difference between different types of fakes. Some fakes actually are worth money.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
This is where we need to break down the word fake a little bit to distinguish different types of non-genuine coins. What we're seeing most of these days are the cheap fakes coming out of China. Although the Chinese are getting better with their fakes, they're usually a little bit easier to spot because they're not as high of quality and usually they're not the right metal composition. But the next category is really kind of a gray area. It's going to be coins like this that are made to be reproductions. This is supposed to be a 1760 Spanish mill dollar or 8 real. Whether this was a souvenir or a cheap alternative to getting a real one, copy or replica marked fake coins can be found in almost any type of rare coin. I don't buy or sell replica coins, they all go into my fake box. But some dealers do, and if they're marking them as replicas and they want to sell them as replicas to people so they can have a replica,
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
then they might have a small amount of value to somebody who just wants to have a replica of a rare coin. Now, another type of counterfeit actually uses a real coin. A great example would be this 1914D wheat cent. It's a real US coin, but it's been altered from a 1944D wheat cent to a 1914D. Or this 1922 no D wheat cent, where somebody's just removed the D from the cent. Altered coins, where somebody takes a more common date and tries to make it into a rarer date, may not just be manipulating the metal on the coin. Sometimes people will add a mint mark to the coin by either soldering it or gluing it to the coin. People who are altering coins to fake something rare, they'll do all sorts of things just to make something that's common look like the scarce item so that they can get some money out of it. The next type of counterfeit is definitely the scariest because we now live in a world where super fakes can be made with the help of technology. We're not just in the age of AI and deep fake videos where you can't distinguish reality from the fake. We're in a world where technology is making it easier for counterfeiters to be able to make dies that look like the real thing and therefore make coins that look really close to the real thing. With all sorts of new imaging and laser engraving technologies, counterfeiters are using some pretty sophisticated methods to make some really high-end coins. And sometimes it's only small details on the coin that really give it away. A few months ago, I had the opportunity to look at some super fakes of some rare pattern coins from another country. The value on these coins ranged from $50,000 to $500,000 if they were real. Spoiler alert, all of them were fake, but some of them were really, really good. There were a couple of them I could look at and say, that doesn't look real, that looks like a counterfeit. But the counterfeiters used the right materials, right diameter, right thickness. The weight was correct on the coins. You could tell they were struck by an actual press with really quality made dies. Even the relief on the coins looked good. It looked like something struck by an actual government mint. Some of the best ones came down to me looking through my microscope at small details of the coin and realizing that it didn't match. I wish I had those coins to show you because they were spectacular examples of fantastically made fakes. But right now, the only quality fake I have is this Thracian tetradrachm that NGC has also confirmed is fake. But some counterfeit coins actually have a strong collector premium because of their story. For example, the Omega Man gold counterfeits that were so good they even got into some graded slabs, they're an infamous fake that actually can fetch a premium among collectors. Or one I continually keep an eye out for, the Henning nickels. It's another crazy story where a guy made a bunch of fake nickels, and they were decent enough to get circulated around, until he forgot to put a large mint mark on a 1944 war nickel, and when the local coin club spotted it and the feds got involved, eventually he got caught. But those nickels have such a cool story, and they're found in change, that collectors actually pay a strong premium for it, and a book just got published recently by Joe Cronin on this topic. And the last category of counterfeits actually carry a good premium, and that's going to be counterfeits that are contemporary to the time that the actual coins were made. So in other words, somebody was making fake money at that time. These are referred to as contemporary counterfeits, and they go back even to ancient times. You can find ancient coins where it's a known counterfeit from that time period. Those types of counterfeits don't always pull a really strong premium, and they might not pull a premium over the value of the normal coin, but they're generally going to be worth something to contemporary counterfeit collectors. Although Henning nickels are technically a contemporary counterfeit, I think when people say that term, they generally mean stuff that's from like the 19th century and back. And a lot of times they were crudely made out of lead and other base metals that were just lying around. Some people might put racketeering nickels into this category as well. There was a problem when the new V-nickel design came out in 1883, and the word cents wasn't on it, so people would plate them in gold, sometimes cut reading into the edges of the coin as well, and tell people they were the new $5 gold piece. The government changed the design to add the word cents onto the coin, and honestly, people have been making fake racketeering nickels ever since then because they can charge a premium for them by telling this cool story. So that's an example where you have a real coin that's turned into a fake coin to scam people, and then people making fakes of the fake coin to try and get money out of collectors.
That's complicated.
But that's our start, a basic understanding of what types of coins are more likely to be counterfeited, as well as the types of counterfeits that have been created, so you can differentiate between complete trash, novelty, and the few counterfeits that actually have some value to them to certain counterfeit collectors. And if you want to learn more about fake coins and actually watch me go through the process of assessing whether a coin is real, make sure to hit the subscribe and notifications button so you can follow along in this series.